Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Camera Tuesday, we're going to talk about a new filter that has entered the cinematic universe, which is film out scan process. So let's dive deep into it. So what exactly is the problem that people are going into film? Well, reality is modern cinema camera and the lenses, they're good. And I mean good, like they're so good that they look cheap. They almost look like iPhone footage anymore nowadays. Because here's the your personal bonding with a cinema has to have with like a lot of good things have to happen for you to like a cinema. One of the good elements was cinema was not perfect. Like whenever people were trying to take news or basically TV shows that were trying to be like as precise as possible. Movie had a organic nature to it. So that organic, like basically if you watch Lord of the Rings, fundamentally that's frames, the scene, even if it has CG, it has a weight to it, it has some grime to it. So like Battle of Helm's Deep literally looks like Battle of Helm's Deep because it has that look, the greeny feel, the grit to it. Now, budget of movies right now have went stupid. Like almost every movie I'm looking at, their budget is like, who are you paying, man? Like it is stupendously high. However, people are not willing to pay for movies. Why? I can guarantee you most of you cannot recall last 10 movies that were released. It's like we just have movies but we do not have cinema anymore. It's like bleh. And I'm like, I lived long enough where I was like, when Iron Man 1 came out, I was like, whoa. I even literally enjoyed till Endgame. Yeah, there was some lightweight hits in between, but it was like, overall it was like, I see where they were leading. Endgame, I had like, I'm out. Once in a while, I watch some movie like Black Widow. CG was so bad. I'm like, dude, you're messing up lighting. How the heck a multi-million-dollar industry is messing up lighting? Then I was like, oh, the movie was not movie. It was like pre-planned. Everything was pre-done. So it just started to look like bland. Even though cameras are great, the lens are epic, the computer in CGIs are amazing, but Iron Man 1 still looks better than like what is coming out after Endgame. So, and then you can notice that like there are so many movies coming out. Like how many of you are actually watching it and paying for it? So fundamentally, this has given a shake up to the so-called bean counter people. Bean counter people are like, yeah, we thought we knew, we just thought we can just apply cinematic universe to everything and then we're gonna print money. And like, no, that's not how it works. Basically, a movie will only work if somebody put passion inside it. It cannot work as a spreadsheet. So cinematographers are now getting free reign, where it's like, okay, do what you want to do, because the movie have to actually make money and people can detect slop very far away. So cinematographers are taking a different approach. The idea is cinema camera and cinema gear is great, but that's the problem. It's great. We want this sort of grimy look without making it look smudgy or sloppy or like, blur filter over it. So how the heck you do that? That's the whole point. Like Dune looks fundamentally different. If you see Dune frame, it has a organic noise, which you cannot fake, you watch Hail Mary, like this was genuinely good movie after such a long time. Dune 2, I watched Dune 1 in TV, Dune 2 in Limax in Mumbai. I might try to watch Dune 3 in whichever IMAX is closer. Hopefully by that time we'll have laser IMAX in India. Let's see. So people are trying their best to bring back something like this. Like, when Lord of the Rings happened, it was like, whoa. Like people sat down to watch it. It was like, whoa. But modern movies is like, so these people are using that film out system. So let's dive deeper into that filter specifically. So this whole idea of film versus digital. So scientifically, let's understand it scientifically. Film is 100% organic, as in its characterization cannot be replicated by a mathematical formula because it's organic. So basically color noise. Okay. How the heck it has color noise that is different with digital? Because again, digital sensor is black and white, while color film is not. Color film is 3-layer stack. Like this, literally you slice it up, that's how the 3 emulsion layers are put there. So fundamentally, this gives you a color that has a background color. So to say, for example, if color is reacting this layer will react differently, this will be differently. But how does color render in your normal camera or this camera? Basically, you have 50% green, 25% red, 25% blue. Like, wait a minute, then how the heck I'm getting full color image? You are not. Camera is only rendering that. Then they have demosaic algorithm. So it tries to fill in the blanks. Basically 50% green, it tries to fill back the negative 50%. Red, negative 75%. Blue, negative 75%. And then they give you the image. They're like, wait a minute, it's actually trying to replicate what it thinks is there? Yes. That's why we have so much about color science. So fundamentally, if you want to have that color noise, you will not get it on a single sensor system. Like, no, physics does not allow you to. Like the behavior of light traveling through multiple layer and reacting to a specific color layer. Now, some companies have tried to make a filter which is like, RGB dependent, as in like it will break your video stream into three system and then calculate based on like, okay, red would be the high, mid layer, this layer, like basically how the layer effects are. There is a physics phenomenon to it based on wavelength, so it will try to emulate it. It will be a bit better than just basic noise filter. So that's physics color. Then we have physical uniqueness to noise. This is almost unreplicatable in digital system, because whenever you're looking at a frame, each frame is a unique combination of paste. That paste is silver halide crystals. And again, there are rollers that are working their ass off, but again, you are talking about crystals. And these crystals are not like, silicon laser mesh, like, UV printing, none of that. It's like you smear it, hope for the best. So one frame to another frame literally has different noise. Meaning, if you're watching the movie, there is almost a sub-layer movie going on with the, noise itself. You will not notice it, but your mind feel at ease with that. It's like, easy. We hate completely flat image. Like it was such a big issue with Top Gun Maverick, where they're like one is like noisy. If you watch quality Blu-ray of it, it's like, dude, it looks noisy. And when they're like, okay, we're gonna use this Sony Venice or something, like very high-end cinema Sony camera, and they're like, okay, this is gonna be amazing. Everybody was like, dude, this looks garbage. It's like, why? Oh, there is no noise. They literally put noise on top of it. Again, too flat looks dead to us. So that physical uniqueness, every frame would be physically different, so output would be physically different. You cannot cheat it. And then you have highlight roll-off. This is genuinely good part. This is one thing that I have to say, that you can't cheat in photons. Basically, whenever you have film, specifically with negative, there is more emulsion at the bright parts. So what happens in a digital system, like a sensor base, you have white, full white. Why do you get that black spot? You get black spot because the analog to digital converter is like, it's 100%. It's 100%. And if it's still bright, again, it used to happen in a mid 2000. I've only seen in one TV show, one episode, Arrow, they're like, Arrow was here and there was a halogen lamp and they like pan the camera. And I was like, why the heck that black dot is there? A, it should not happen in a good quality camera. B, if it does happen, the editor's supposed to remove that. It was there, funny. So that black dot is basically when the analog to digital converter freaking out. Is like, what? It flips the value. So that's why it goes to black. Now, problem with this is the area around it. Area around it has nothing, because once you actually go white, white is above noise floor. There is no noise on top of white. White is flat. That's why everything is color, everything is organic and gray, flat. White, done, go home. Negative has emulsion there. It has noise on top of highlight burnout. So that cannot be replicated. Like no matter what you do, physics will not allow you to do that. The only way to trick it is shoot your footage in such a way that highlight does not roll off, and then in post-production you push it, but still will not look right, so to say. That is a penalty of digital file, and negatives have that inherent benefit, where it's like, it's not a number, like there is crystals there, physical crystal with physical noise. So this you cannot fake. Like this is one thing genuinely, if you are trying to do that, you can make better image, but you can't give better blown out rendition compared to a negative. You just can't. Again, you can shoot like with a, because again, you do not want your sensor to clip. So of course you'll use ND filter or faster shutter speed. And then you will, like, in post you push it and then you apply some noise layer to it. You can do that, but organic, authentic is like, nah, negative is generally better. Now, what about digital sensor then? Well, digital sensor scientifically is finer, sharper, and low light is not even a discussion. While negative is amazing at high light, the moment you go into low light is like, bro, don't even try. Like even my camera, A7 Mark V will bitch slap any negative stock you can buy. Any. Go YOLO. You know, like, bro, it's not even a competition. It's like, it's not. It's like, don't try. Like highlight, they win. Low light is like, negative is like, bro, I have night vision. Don't even try. So that is there. And you can see that, like back in the days, if you go into NASA, they literally used to put basically telescope and negative plate. There are still negative plates available from that time. Hubble has that plate. And I do not mean Hubble the telescope. Hubble the man has that plates, how he discovered the expansion of the universe. All of those things are still there. Now, the moment we developed CCD, charge coupled devices, and the moment they became actually good enough, as in actual resolving power, all those negative was like abandoned day one. Why? They needed scientific data, not feeling, scientific data. And fundamentally, the resolution, the sharpness, it's not even discussed. What does that mean? That simply means take a IMAX film 65 film format, take the same lens, put the next it to ARRI same lens, ARRI 65 millimeter digital. So 65 millimeter negative, 65 millimeter film. Oh, sorry, negative and digital sensor, same lens. Have a newspaper, go backwards, you will find the digital can keep reading newspaper much further away. It does not matter like, oh, Oppenheimer was shot in 16K, blah, blah, blah. No, negative is not high resolution. Like physics does not allow that. We crossed that threshold long ago. Like, back in the day, spy satellite used to have like film rolls that were like 1 foot long, and they used to throw it in capsules. Not even joking, it was real. And the moment we figured out CCTV, and it's like when it became good enough, it's like, now we do not need to do that. So fundamentally, the only way to get that color noise, let's say you have the detail part is done, good, awesome. But to get color noise, there is one trick. Generally, you have one sensor cameras. You can buy 3 sensor cameras. That will give you that organic look because it physically has the 3 channels. So each noise is different. This sensor will be different, this will be different, this will be different. So noise, color noise based on the layering will be there in this. So that's the good part. Although the only picture that was I know of, like I'm pretty sure there were others also, was this Superman Returns. And it has that organic quality. They use CCD camera, and there were 3 CCD in the system. People liked the image out of it, but they hated the cost of it. And again, sensor was very small. It was great. The color rendition was great, but it was like Super 16 or something like that. It was not huge. And I do not know any modern camera that gives you this in cinema industry. In broadcast, this is how your Olympics are shot. So is there, like, if you really want 8K broadcasting, this is the only way to do that, because the mosaic algorithm will consume too much compute. So faking color has the problem, you can solve it. Noise, you can, people generally say the CCD has better rendition than CMOS, but CCD is expensive. So that is there. And noise in each frame is same. That cannot be changed. Back in the days, like a Canon 5D era, you could actually tell if you shot a footage, long footage, like let's say half an hour, there used to be a limit on that. You will tell like, oh, this is the first minute frame. This is a almost camera overheating frame. The noise used to go up based on temperature. So even that is gone. Like this camera will barely have any change. So fundamentally, all image looks the same. There is no noise dance in it. So fundamentally speaking, the reason why it's so clean and great is the very reason why it looks lifeless. It looks like blah, CGI. Basically, it looks flat. So, and there are certain organic things. Again, that's organic issue, physics-wise issue. You can't cheat it, because again, the moment your bit depth is reaching 100%, there is no noise to be stored in that channel, so to say. So that's why people organically, there is some things too about, like, again, most cameras are not this, so color noise is also not there, highlight roll off is an issue, and noise of each frame is not there. And why will you cheat it by adding noise to it? So it's frustrating. So solution is projection. For example, shooting with film is not viable. But you have to understand, like a Top Gun Maverick, they cannot put a giant IMAX camera everywhere on the freaking actually flying jets. They can't do that. And there are other places also. You do not want to deal with that. It's too expensive, too stupid. So they're like, okay, we're going to use digital system, because again, too costly, too cumbersome, and not to mention big. Like, for example, if Project Hail Mary, they had puppeteers controlling the Rocky character, and they had to get down. Like, camera had to physically get close enough to the ground. Like, if camera is huge, it would be painful. So fundamentally, it's just like based on the constraint, using negative for primary capture is not that logical. So shoot digital, get the best footage you can. Again, program it how you want it to be. Like even in this movie, Project Hail Mary, they had a lot of scene where it was like a lot of bright light. They let it overexpose. The idea was they're gonna scan it through the film process, and that will add the noise. So it will look authentic, and they will not have that fake effect where it's like, okay, light is there, but somehow I can see the silhouette. It's like, that should not happen. Like silhouette should means black. So they shoot digital and do full editing. The whole movie is done generally. Full editing, CGI and VFX is done, and then they will do laser projection, something like ARRI laser. ARRI laser has stopped making it. They made ARRI laser 2 and they stopped it. There is another projection like this and some things like that. laser graphics. There are only, if I'm not mistaken, 2 to 3 companies that made it, and after that nobody actually makes it anymore. So the idea of these things is you put a negative, you put negative there, this projects your movie into the negative. Like, why would you do that? Well, that's how your movies are stored. Archiving is the best way to store your movies for the long term, because again, digital file, while it is great, and if you do your job right, you can keep ensuring that bit rot is not happening, that is not happening, or use Microsoft 5D glass crystal. Great. What about the format? How would somebody decode it? Film solves that issue. Like, put a light through it and see. Done. So that's why a lot of movies if you're logical, you will store your movie like this. Archiving movie this is the only way of doing it. So they needed a way of quality projection. And not to mention, this is how your master files are created. Basically, theater will get that Oppenheimer. How the heck they are getting it? Digital projection, 4K. That's why I was laughing. Everybody's like, oh, this is 16K, 12K. It's like, it's a 4K. I know this device, it's 4K, my man. You can scan whatever you want, but when you are making the master file, it's this. Oh, by the way, another thing, all movies right now, again, some might try to push it further in future, but right now, they're all 4K. None of them go above that. Even if camera shotting is 12K or 50K, does not matter. The final file, the editor which is working on it, the VFX that is being rendered, all of them would be done in 4K. So you do that and you use laser projection to project it on the film. Now, there are some companies that try CRT technology to project it into film. It's faster. This company also tries something unique. It's much faster. Like ARRI takes almost like 1 to 2 frame per second. And you're like, wait a minute, that's very slow. You're supposed to have 24 frame per second. Yeah, it's a very slow. This machine is fast. It's almost like 1 frame per second. The laser graphics used to be very, very fast. That was their selling point. So, and none of these machines are made anymore. So again, I think they will start to be made more and more people are doing it. So right now there are some boutique studios that have this sort of technology and they are leasing out it. So the idea is, once you had your digital clean thing, it goes through projection, and because it's actually doing the light projection to your negative, it's behaving precisely as an organic film. And not to mention, it also has the benefit of CGI stitching, meaning you have actual shot footage, CGI element, it gets flattened into noise floor, so to say. So it looks, it belongs there. CG does not look floating. So this is the final filter. Dune also does the same thing. Hail Mary also does the same thing. Batman also does the same thing. So idea is, final movie goes through there and then they scan it again. So if you're watching it on Netflix, you'll get that filter noise would be there. This is why, like, all this hassle just to make the film look organic, not blurry, not messy, organic. That's why this is becoming a real feel. Now, one core thing you have to understand, technology does not make or break a movie. Rarely that happens. But effort is one of those things that does make or break a movie. For example, you have to understand, we are social elements. Do not fight about the resolution. Do not fight about the this or that. It's irrelevant. It's just that, did the person who was making the movie put effort? Because I can guarantee you, the people who made Black Widow, they had money. They had good camera. They had passionate people manning the lens and all that. But whole movie looks like flat. So why? Because we are social creature, meaning we are going into theater not to watch a scientific discovery. For that you have NASA. But if you want a movie, that means you want to feel things, and having an organic noise does help with that. And effort comes through. That's the most ironic part of it. It does not matter which technology it does. It does not matter if it's a handycam, but effort does come through. There is a movie that was made home movie like, and it printed money. It was a horror movie, and it was literally shot on a that old school handycam. Printed money like there is no tomorrow. So fundamentally, you can tell if a movie is slop even if they are using the latest and greatest CGI. Example: Pacific Rim 1, Pacific Rim number 2. You can show both of them to children and children will enjoy one more. Why? This has better CGI. Scientifically, it has better CGI. It's just that there is no effort into it. Camera is moving like everywhere. In this, they were very, thoughtful. That camera should not be in a position where it cannot be there in real life. For example, when this sort of scene, they are putting camera where a boat would be. Okay, boat will watch, so that's how it will look. When there is there, okay, helicopter would be there, that's how this will look. Only some shots they are like, hero shot as they call it, they let the camera flow. But it's very restrained. And Dune was like hardcore, like, can a camera actually be there? Yes. Okay, put the camera there. Like that's why when you see the Dune helicopter crash scene, it's orthocopter crash scene, it's actually inside the product, because that's how it makes sense. That's how you will see it. Like real life crash, rarely you see from outside with full glory. So they're like, okay, camera would be inside. All of these ground it, and it puts effort into it. How would you make it dramatic? How would you convey the meaning? So it translates. Like nobody can make better CGI than Avatar 3, but the movie was so bland. It's like, you did not put even 5 minutes of effort into the goddamn story. Story is literally Control-C, Control-V of Avatar 2. I was like, I'm not joking, I was like a bit excited for 5 minutes when I was like, oh, Avatar Air Tribe was coming. I was like, oh, so this time they're gonna have, like, you know, we had the land, we had the water, we're gonna have air. That was for 5 minutes. Okay, the movie did not make that much money. I'm like, oh, it earned this much. Yeah, the movie is so expensive that money is lost. It was like flat out creatively bankrupt. Like nobody put effort into the story. Nobody called them. It's like, sir, you are playing scene for scene exactly the same thing that happened in Avatar 2. I am outcast. You did that 1 movie ago. So if movie has a good story, good technology in it will elevate it. Basically, Project Hail Mary was a good movie. People were pouring their heart and soul into it. And technology, that film out technology, that whole hassle, elevated it. It was like, whoa, it looks good. So let there be effort guarantees whether your movie is going to look good or not technology. But again, if you have effort, now you understand why somebody is looking. And again, I have linked a 1-hour discussion with the cinematographer of Hail Mary, and he's like, very clear, it's not suited for everything. Don't make that. That's why I'm giving you example of basically Pacific Rim. The whole set design, they physically built the damn thing. Not the full Jaeger, but like the actual head system. And again, that's why the CGI looks so real. Even though it has like hologram and this, why the heck? Because machine things that are moving is actually they're moving. The person is actually moving. All of those adds love. Like that's why Iron Man 1 looks good. Like Robert Downey Jr. used to actually wear things, and because they had physically built Mark 1 armor, that armor was used as a reference. So CGI guys were like, that's how actual metal looks in real life. By the later stage, it's like CG was good, but it's like that feeling like started to disappear. I mean, you can see that Pacific Rim 1 and Pacific Rim 2. So fundamentally, tool does not matter, but effort does. Now, tell me, are you really interested into watching basically Hail Mary, like how the heck they did the actual shooting? Fun fact, they built the whole model, actual model. It's almost like a Expanse. I was kind of shocked, like Expanse looks good. Not the CGI. CGI looks poo-poo. But like most of the time they are inside the ship and it looks good. I'm like, why it looks good? Oh, because it's real. They actually made the whole ship's mock-up inside and people were acting inside. So of course it's gonna look good. So effort shows. That's the whole point. Effort shows. So this was my presentation on this new trend that is going on, film out. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.